This is my last attempt at trying to get help and tell you that my cognitive ability is not crazy. The psychiatrist doesn't think I'm crazy. People think I'm neglected. I'm starting to understand missing pieces of where I went and evaporated. I think what happened is I've got identity theft and a massive operation of a dark kind of cult working to take my things. And I wrote a book. I was writing a book about it, and I've got a letter from this lawyer investigator saying, I do believe you've got identity theft. My life has been a healing journey for 15 years. I am not sitting around being mentally ill. What's happened is there's a lot of hatred out in the public, pieing my face as ugly and old and without mercy, and I got sad, and I'm needing human connection and needing somebody to talk and communicate. But he's made it impossible, like made out that I am dark, evil, and negative and toxic and vindictive, and I'm the opposite of that. What I am is stagnant. I'm not negative. I'm not sitting here plotting death. I am a spiritual person that was working in the light. I was a light worker. But I got abused in Australia. Can you please give me 5 minutes and try and help me repair my identity? Because I don't have anything left. And I just want to say, I believe 21 men as a joke to be famous got all hot to take over the country and the power and to be entertainers and be part of Hollywood. So these men got them all fit to be part of, I don't know, I think they got money and endorsements to be really hot. And at that time, I also was trying to get fit, and I was getting blacklisted. And I've got proof of USA kind of blacklisting me in my own country. And some letters from Australia saying you need to stop, because I think I must have whistleblown. I don't know why you become an enemy of USA, but I think I whistleblew, and they were saying in Australia on some of the media, stop hounding this poor person. She's not America, leave her alone type thing. She's hardly a big deal. I wasn't causing any problems, but they've really targeted me for they've targeted me for 7 years, and now they want to target me for another 21 years. And I want to say, first of all, they don't want me to have my identity back from 7 years ago, but I've got a real history of love and light and healing work and compassionate work and letters and texts from people that I did healing work and counseling work. So these women have gathered a different case against me, that I was dark energy and into prostitution and I was a slut and I'm a very much a child and a very child mentality, but I'm not. My work in counseling is about growing ups and keeping people healed. I just want to say this is the kind of energy work that I was into. So I'm about transmuting dark energy, but what happened is they just strangled and silencing me about 3 times now. The first time they strangled me as a nappy shitbag and I couldn't say anything and left the country to Sweden. And then they built a wall that I was a pest of society and silenced me again. So I want to know why I'm such persecuted and outcast of every society. Because I was going to church, I did everything right to be included in church. I've got all these letters from church and they were all liking me. Then suddenly they started all this prostitution on me and made me look bad. And they're doing all this really negative reverse kind of energy on me, making me look like I'm dark and toxic. And these cults are building all these dark wormhole things, whatever they are. I think it's just constant toxic negative energy of people with all this negativity, making people's minds think negative. So you may have if you see me in person, you have great energy between me and you, our spirits, and we have something in common. We like walking together, and you see me every day and you like me, they'll be like, oh, she's alright, look, I know her. But if you see me in this toxic cult negative, it's like we don't, because I remember Thomas's Coffee's mum saying something, they made this troll thing saying not to hang out with me. And I think they've made another thing and it was all like, you're overstaying your welcome. It's kind of a reverse of everything that I am, like the complete opposite of who I am as a person. I'm somebody that sits at home, spends time with people one-on-one, has cozy cups of tea, has peaceful relationships. They've made me look the opposite, like she's an a-hole, she can't keep a relationship, she's negative, she's just always got something petty to say, she's very vindictive. So I think they put all this negativity online, and in that time Rachel said to me they've got building all these walls on Reddit that I was framed for murder and that I'm very mentally ill all the time. Like I was going to supermarkets, she said they're following you saying you're mentally ill at a supermarket. Like everywhere I went, all day, every day, she was following me saying I'm mentally ill, and I wasn't. I've got diaries saying I'm about my work every day. So I didn't know these gang stalkers were following me saying every day you're mentally ill. Meanwhile, I'm just doing my diary looking for a job, crying out nobody's helping me. And the next thing you know, the whole community is angry at me that I don't have a job and that I'm lazy. And then I just got depressed and sick. But I needed help to find out the timeline, because what's happened is I was with Anna and everything was normal, and I said to her, I'm vulnerable. She said, you need to get in the system, and so did Reuben. And he said, you've got identity theft. Everybody said you got identity theft. And also Anna said, on the dark web, once your stuff's on there, they just keep reusing it again and again and again. And that's what's happened to me. Is every time he's got me blackmailed in some sort of portal on the dark internet, all my information. So I'm being blackmailed with sex tapes and toilet videos and all this negative energy, and then he didn't want to let me go, so he bombed the nation of all these hot men and made me look like I was the most ugliest girl that they've ever dated. But my contestant is I was really beautiful. In the past, I didn't date these guys when I was ugly. So for them to keep going on, I'm a big fat pig now. I just am very sad because I'm actually being deprived and I'm being abused by really a massive kind of, I don't know, some sort of Somalian, I don't know if it's a Somalian group, but it's some sort of military federal agent type group that are actually blocking me talking to people, and this kind of negative energy surrounding me is going to make people very repelled from me. I'm asking for trust in me. I'm not, all of my references say I'm trustworthy. I came with an open heart, but for some reason they're barricading me out of the system, out of the communities. They're blacklisting me out of all the land. And now they're going to keep doing negative energy and toxic energy that I'm a dog. And I'm asking, shouldn't I get asylum where I can be around generous, helpful people? So the only thing that I can do is go off grid to be away from this negativity. But I'm not safe in my own land due to occupying Turkish arms. So they're forcing me to go back to Australia, where it's just going to be, I'm going to be killed straight away because of the hotness of my exes bullying me that I'm a dog, and them walking around pumping iron all day, looking like everything's the perfect reality of being hot and healthy and totally sexy, whereas I got poisoned, left for dead, humiliated all on the public eye, capital punished, injected, silenced, ram raided in my home, and then these 5 came into my room and pulled me up the arse to make me less quality than the rest of them, and made out that I was a savage compared to the women who he's saying are the holy angels. But I'm saying I'm actually coming from a place of pure intent, and my energy is about love and light. And so that's the thing. These Indians come from dark energy and they're working together to make me the dark light, and they're trying to project that they are the white lights of their factory. But what I'm saying is it's kind of pushing negativity towards me so they don't have to take accountability for stealing my land and my friends and my family. I'm already wiped out in New Zealand in the media and in the land and all of the friendships, but I want to clean up who I am. And the bus drivers for years, all the bus drivers at all the different centres have all said that they're running a bus that I'm fucking fugly all day. So there's been this negativity at me for I've been abused with negativity for more than 8 years, that I'm really, really fat and ugly. And I just wanted to do my healing work and they won't let me do it. Whatever job I do, they're really abusing me and not letting me do anything. And the only thing, and I showed my mum, and I don't know if she remembers, because she's probably in a coma watching all these people say I'm a monkey ape shit. Like, because it was just a massive world killing of me as a dog shit all over the world, creating hatefulness and not letting me have any support. Like, I'm really persecuted about my life work. They are just destroying everything to do with my work. And I wrote a book. I was starting to write a book about this cult that it keeps poisoning me, and these other people saying it is definitely something royal because they're trying to make themselves look like they've got royal blood and you to be damaged with blue skin. So that's probably India. They probably ruined my life with all this stuff. And when I went out for coffees recently, these Australian armies said that actually if you went to Australia, you're just dealing with Karen bullying. But she said in New Zealand, they put you to death with a murder for hire of some sort of dark internet stuff. And so now I'm starting to understand that's what a wormhole is. It's a mass thing of negative energy. So no matter what, I don't know how long this negative energy, it's like they make me have to go into hiding so I don't have to be affected by this negative energy, and so that I don't make this negative energy grow. Because every time I meet somebody, they might like me, but as soon as they start reading these testimonies to hate me, they start to not trust me straight away. And so this thing grows and grows and grows and grows. And it's causing so many problems for me because for 3 years I didn't know why I'm not trusted, why I'm hated. I've got letters saying that I was a trustworthy person. I've got letters saying you're in a classism and you're hated. And basically a few texts about these trolls. So it must be this Warren making out that I'm not dark and negative energy. And then, because every time I break free to try and have loving connections in a community, they cause more problems. So this time they made a community of Hollywood people, of my exes being hot, so I couldn't connect to anybody, and that farmer wants a wife. But what they're actually doing is stopping me from having anybody, and he's really holding my identity hostage. And so he's actually going to block me from having any emotional support, anyone to talk to, anywhere to live, anything for the rest of my life, because I'm going to be blackmailed with all this extortion on the dark internet for the rest of my life. He's even blocked all social services, and he's just bombing all this toilet video and making members to hate me. But I haven't had a real voice for a year, and people don't know where I'm coming from because I'm talking out of trauma from losing everything all at once and all the hate. And so you're probably seeing all this stuff like don't trust her, or God, she's a Westie, what a joke, working in teams. What I'm saying is, why didn't the Red Cross step in? Why didn't I get help from trafficking help? Why doesn't anybody do anything? And then people said they can't do anything about this dark internet. And so they just basically drowned me with this burger and intestines problem. And I want to know why this man is so intent on destroying and killing my happiness. Because a year ago I was happy. There's actual letters that I was happy. There's texts that I'm happy. There's a business that I was happy only 1 year ago. And in 1 year, even after leaving Narita's said I'm a very emotional, rational person. She goes, the French ballerina is stealing your fur. She said your landlord is using your fur for the celebrity thing. And then, so that means my character, which was about love and light. So since this time, these guys are just putting me under this negativity, and I'm going to have to leave because of this father and East Christchurch who have bound me to this negative energy. And I'm saying I'm innocent because you can see for about 3 years I'm saying what's going on. I'm hated everywhere. I'm being framed in all these books that I'm an outcast. I'm being blacklisted. So they just cause all this hateful energy and tarnish my name and reputation when I was a pure-hearted, genuine person. All of my character references say this, and then suddenly I'm just framed for all this negativity and then put under all this sexual humiliation and then put under all this humiliation that my exes get hot. And I need some help. Why can I not get help? Why won't they let me? I need my freedom. I'm an innocent person going to prison as a dark energy, and I'm not. I'm just somebody that's been a victim of a cult that's sucking everybody into this prison to hate me and think negative of me, and then these police trains saying to not trust me. So they're forcing me to go into hiding for 20 years or be part of this negative energy of these wormholes where I'm hated for infinity. So he's manifesting that I have negative dark energy for the rest of my life. So that's why I'm suicidal, because I don't have a way to create a positive, abundant life and create the opportunities I want, because these people have chains on all of my information. They have chains on me on the dark internet. They've got blackmail videos, and for years I've asked for help and nobody's helped me. So what I'm saying is this is a crime. They just wanted to kill me, because they've been paying people too. They've been paying people homes and everything. So they're just trying to deny that I had any emotions in my life and outcasting me, and I want to know what exactly am I meant to do. So for 20 years, these guys on the dark internet have actioned me to go to prison and to never have any loving community. So my only real case is I'm going to have to go off grid with another group of communities that want to have some sort of self-sustaining community so that we don't have to deal with the internet. But then in that case, these guys still want me to pay for every part of the land. So anything I go, he's enslaving me and making me pay billions and billions of dollars, and I want to know why I'm being made to be a slave. It's illegal. I don't have anyone to help me for more than 7 years. Every time I go through violence or the police come and take my jobs away, you don't give me any help. So this is definitely a case of Jeffrey Epstein, where you're keeping me a slave sexually and keeping me under this negative energy and persecuting me over my loving energy, that work that I want to do. And basically you've got 5 women that keep blocking me going to work. These EU princesses, like they came and pulled my ass and then went in public that they're better, and then now they're doing the same jobs that I was doing to do of cooking, and kept me as lower class so I can't be an influence in this life again. It's really sad, because in that case they killed every part of me. They made everybody hate me in this negative warren and made me look like a shitbag. So they're just creating negative, toxic people. And then they didn't give me any emotional support while I'm going through that. So I'm just somebody bewildered that's used to just cooking and spending time with my family or spending time outdoors with people in the community. And suddenly I'm in this toxic, negative energy, and they're not going to let it go for 20 years. And this is digital trafficking. So I'm asking, how can I fix this? And on top of that, I can't stay in this country because they're using me as a hamburger of sex. So basically, they just murdered me. And after, I think I got set up to go be with this John, because they wanted to take over all of East Christchurch and get rid of me to establish Japan. These Japanese 5 girls, to make them the higher quality. So they conned me and took over all of my support system so that I would be very, very vulnerable and easy to be sexually assaulted and kept like a slave and abused and treated like I'm less quality. And it's just really horrible. And in 1 year, they've really ruined my life, because even if they'd become celebrities, I still had the freedom to talk to people and be part of society, and I was still fighting for my civil rights. They just put me to death and have not let me have any civil rights for more than 3 years. And I'm trying to say, I'm not an annoying ex, you're starving me of what I need, which is a genocide. And then they're taking away every loving light job that I do, which everything to do with my work is about loving service. So I'm being blacklisted off the world for 20 years. Who would do that to somebody? Why are they trying to take away all my money, all of my status, everything that I've worked for? I'm appealing that I am not mental. I've got so much psych here that I'm not mental. The psychiatric said you're not mental, you're neglected. The psychiatrics in Australia in January said you're not mental, you need social work, but nobody will give me one for 4 years. So while they make everyone hate me and as a joke, as a legend, I'm just kept isolated and hated while everybody's in this negative group hating me, feeling like they're superior and feeling like these girls are hotter than me. And I'm asking, where in the world can I go to get away from this kind of cult, dark internet? That's not very fair that he's banning me from having any. That's kind of like confining somebody and not letting them having any friends or family or anything, because you're going to keep doing this negative, toxic hate at me all the time. So she's not going to let me grow emotionally. I'm not going to be part of a community, which I love. They're not going to let me be free, and I don't want to be. You know, they're keeping me in a plumbing line that I'm a toilet queen too. So, and for years and years, every time I went to the supermarket, they were calling me a toilet. This is so horrible. You've just put me to death, and then they've projected all this negativity on this wall that I'm a shit stain and I'm a mutt bag. So where am I meant to fit into the world? You can't do this to me for the rest of my life. 20 years is too long, and I've already put up for 7 years of injustice. Why would you be so obsessed to make my life hell?